now tuned into the greatest.
No lie, man. I treat my wife like a precious cargo. You know? Yeah. Oh, this is a great topic. Hey, listen, you know what, Casey? Listen, man, I really don't like getting into the negativity, but I gotta be honest, man. Like, I've never. Okay, all right, okay. Here we go. I'm just gonna say it. We gonna get into it. Here's the thing, man. When I first started to cook, and I first started, and this I have to tell the story because this is near and dear to my heart. When I first started to cook, I worked at a diner, a very low end diner. Okay. We're talking about like, chicken fingers, french fries, hot dogs, happy hour. It was a shit ass diner. Okay. But I loved it. I learned a lot of bad things, a lot of bad techniques, drugs, alcohol, you name it. And people were showing me the half-ass way to do things. And I learned a lot of bad mistakes, right? And then I went to go work with a chef that is absolutely 100% by the book, and he was reputable, and he showed me a lot of things, right? And he was speaking to me like I was a piece of shit because I didn't know. And here's a good example. I didn't know what the difference between a sous chef and a chef was. I didn't know what the difference was between a line cook and a cook. And I specifically remember telling myself, like, I don't care what I do. When I become a chef, I'm going to give people feedback, whether they like it or not, because I was that young cook where I just wanted somebody to show me the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is the thing. You have all of these people on the interwebs. Okay, so what happened was the reason why this is derived is I said, I posted a video about sourdough and I said, hey, listen, I would love to teach you about sourdough, but I just don't feel like I have the credentials to be able to show you the proper way. But listen, my other friend, Chef Duffy, he has helped me bro, he's helped me tremendously. I'm talking like he's helped me troubleshoot so many issues. He's like, I took 2 of his courses, okay, and I paid for him too. And I've had one-on-one mentoring with him. And all I want to say is, his whole social media is set up for baking. It's set up for sourdough. He's a professional in the game. He teaches this in a university. Dude, he is like locked in. Okay. This is what he's doing. And so I recommended him, right? And I said, hey, this is the dude right here. He has a free beginners to sourdough. But anyway, because I said, hey, he's the CEO of sourdough. And he is. And he has the credentials to back it up. And then so somebody said, that Joshua Wiseman was, the CEO of sourdough. And listen, we could all argue that, Chad Robertson or like there's a bunch of people that do sourdough very well. And I'm with you on that. But when it comes to TikTok and creating content, Chad Robinson is not on TikTok, my guy. Right? Like, let's face it. Yeah, he's a master. Yes. But a lot of these bakers that that in our chef world that are creme de la creme, they're not on TikTok showing tips and tricks. So what people need to realize is like when it comes to TikTok and Instagram and like social media, Sourdough Duffy is your best bet, and that's all I'm saying. Besides that, somebody had mentioned Joshua Wiseman, and I said okay, but here's the thing: this is what we need to understand. Joshua Wiseman, and listen, I love him. I do. I absolutely do. Like, I have nothing bad to say about him. He actually goes just like him and Babish, whatever was his name. Yeah, they they both do such a great job in explaining things and doing the research, and their video quality is top notch. Like, dude, they're both amazing. And Joshua Wiseman is amazing. His cookbook is great. But when it boils down, you can't compare him to Sourdough Duffy. You know what I'm saying? And this is what people can't put 2 and 2 together. And this is what I'm trying to explain, because I will die on this hill, man. I'm not gonna lie. But just because I'm a chef doesn't mean I'm better than you, Casey. Doesn't mean you're better than me. It doesn't mean that I'm more talented than you. This is just it is just I don't know how to explain it, like without sounding super fucking arrogant. So, Yeah. 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 Mhm. Yeah. Right. Yeah, and you know what? And here's the thing, a lot of people get confused because you have all of these influencers that slap a chef jacket on with, with their name, and they just say, "Hey, I'm a chef, I'm a chef." And like, here's the thing, us professional chefs, we can see straight through it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, now, here's the thing. I'll be honest. And I hate to say this, but a lot of us professional chefs and a lot of professional chefs suck at video and they suck explaining things, right? Like they'll post some shit without like explaining the nitty-gritty details. That is why. That's why you should check out my YouTube channel. I am going through the basics of the basics, and this is so important. If look, I'm gonna like a good example. I posted a video for Granda today, and it was a mozzarella balloon. And I'll be honest, like I want to show the reasoning behind it. Like if you don't know how to make fresh mozzarella first, like you have no you have no purpose making a fucking mozzarella balloon. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't. If you don't know how to stretch mozzarella or what type of cream or milk to use for mozzarella or what type of rennet to use for mozzarella, the difference between the tablet rennet and, animal rennet, like I think this is more important than the end result of making a mozzarella balloon. And honestly, the video is performing very well on IG, but again, it just comes with a load of questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and it's like, you know, yeah, yeah, yeah. It, and that's why I swear to God, I'm going to take years. I don't care. It'll take 5, 6 years, whatever, to build this library of step by step so I can do the basics. Listen, I created a dish today. I was filming content for next week, and I was so excited to do this dish. And it was so nice, and it's so like elegant, and it's beautiful. It's super simple, but it's very hard for me to explain how to do this and the reasoning behind the technique in 60 seconds. You know what I mean? But ultimately, it made me feel really good. Like I don't find any joy in like explaining, fats, carbs, proteins to chefs, right? Like, and I know it seems silly, but Casey, guess what, man? I've ran into so many issues. Think about it. Think about it. I've been in a restaurant before where I had a sous chef where the the server came back and said, "Hey, chef, just so you know, guest so and so is abiding by a keto diet." Okay, so in my mind, I'm like, they should know what keto is. It's fine. No, no idea. And you know what? I was like, hey, do you like they're on a keto diet, right? So they can't have French fries. Like, why is there French fries on this plate? She's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. And I'm like, wait, no, no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm like, wait, hold on. They're like, what is the keto diet? And they're like, it's all fat, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay. French fries. Well, it's deep fried. It's fine. And I'm like, okay, all right. Take a step back. Potato is a carbohydrate, bro. And these are serious conversations I've had with cooks and chefs. And so, I think it's going to be a great example for when when I have a restaurant. Like I'm going to be like, hey, this guest is keto. Oh, you don't know what keto is? Okay, look, go to my YouTube channel, right? Check this out. I'm gonna send them the link because that's smart, right? Fucking genius, my guy. It's genius. It's genius. It's so boring for me, but you know what? It's going to bring so much more value in the future, right? Because yeah. So, and same thing. I had, listen, when you're in California, vegan and vegetarians are, bro, it's absolutely a must on your menu. And so, yeah, hey, and listen, I'm not going to resist. Listen, at the end of the day, being a chef, I need to cook for you. Whatever you want, I'll make whatever you want. It doesn't matter. But I've literally had, the biggest um, miscommunication with vegan and vegetarian is eggs and dairy, right? Right. So it's like, and I had the same issue. So like, I know some chefs will be like, watch them, the YouTube. And if they're more advanced, they'll be like, okay, this is boring. Like, but you got to understand that young cook that is, 20 years old, Just got promoted to sous chef. He's expoing. He has a vegan guest, right? He has a vegan guest. Oh, you know what? Let me put this down real quick. There we go. Yeah. He has a vegan guest, and he has to create a meal for her, right? Or him. And I've seen so many people use butter, chicken stock, a splash of cream without even, not even blinking. Just I'm like, hey, this guest is vegan in banquets, how many times if you're in a restaurant and you're making something with a batch, like sometimes if it's for a banquet and one person has nuts, dude, I leave the nuts out of it, all of it, every goddamn. No, yeah, yeah, and it's like, and if and I think this is important, and I'm going to bring this up because I think it's so important, to have that basic knowledge because then you can build off of it properly. But getting back to that, not to go on a rant, but the reason why I kind of like begrudgingly, posted this video because I want the earlier video going back to the Wiseman video, this newer generation of young kids and cook. And I'm not trying to gatekeep or anything, but like this is two totally different things, man. And it's like people take so much offense, and all the fanboys come out. Oh, but Joshua, he can cook like a chef, and I'm like, bro, you don't understand what I'm saying. Like, you have no idea. And so, for everybody out there that's listening, I'm going to end with this, and then we're going to move on to the next topic. Okay, listen, I can change a toilet. I can show my son how to change the flapper on a toilet. I can change a toilet seat. I can even hook up a bidet now. Does that make me a plumber? No. Hey, you see these lights right here? These lights right above? I put these lights up for everybody. I'm talking about my lights in my studio. I can change those light bulbs. I installed that whole thing. I wired it and everything. You know what I'm saying? But does that make me a certified electrician? No. Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to get across. So to everybody out there, I am not trying to gatekeep cooking at all. What I'm saying is their chef actually means something. And it's very important in our world. When you get called a chef, this is an earned title. So, and I just want to make that clear. Yeah, I just want to make that clear. And I'm not trying to be a dick, but like I just want to make sure that, I'm that voice of reason. And a lot of chefs don't even waste time with this, right? They're like, yeah, whatever, fuck it, right? You know what I mean? Like they're moving on. But I think it's important. Like it is important, because I'm here to teach people the right technique, the right way. And I'll die on that hill. Yeah. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna pull up this clip, Casey. Let me do this right now. And what can we talk about in the meantime? Yeah. 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 So for everybody that's on the podcast that you probably don't know, listen, just go to my TikTok for today, May 9th, and you'll see I think today's May 9th, right? Yeah, May 9th. We have a lot of I made a couple videos that are kind of controversial, but they're not really. I'm trying to be as nice as possible, offering, dude, I pretty much give Joshua Wiseman a blowjob before I talk about him. And listen, you have to do that nowadays. But here, I want to share something that's going to resonate with everybody. So the big controversy was calling Joshua Wiseman a chef. And I said, no, he's not a chef, but he's a great cook. He is. And no, he wasn't a chef at Uchiko. He was a line cook, and that's okay too. And he's a bomb ass YouTube creator. He's a cook that is at an elevated level, right? But that doesn't make him a chef. And let me explain why. And let's see here. Oh shoot. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can. Hold on. How do I? Let's see. System. Okay, go to Chrome. System preferences. Okay. All right. I'll tell you right now because yeah, you probably have it all set up. I have to go to Chrome and stuff. Okay. You're gonna type in Joshua Wiseman, how to ferment and make your own hot sauce easily. And then that video is going to pop up and you're going to go to 649. Yep. And then you're going to go to 649. I like your hair, by the way. What you doing, man? You trying to do the emo thing? What's up? It's cute. Over the glasses. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm just fucking with you, bro. I know you trying to do the comb over, bro. You getting old. You trying to. Okay, great. Yeah, yeah, it's okay. Okay, you're gonna talk about hair when we got this working over here, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, come on, dog. Was that a joke? Was that a joke? You think? Okay. All right. So everybody, this is where look. And this video was from 3 years ago. I remember watching this video just because I went as soon as I started following Joshua Wiseman. All of his videos came up in my YouTube feed, and I enjoy his content. He makes great content. And so listen to this, everybody. This is not from me or Casey. This is Joshua Wiseman's video on YouTube. Now listen. So he explains it perfectly, and the fact that it's coming from him directly makes a huge difference. And I think I'm going to clip that part and put it on my TikTok because yeah, 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 and yeah, and all I'm going to say is, listen, I know it's a tough pill to swallow for everybody, okay? And there is a lot of people on the internet calling themselves chefs. Trust me, I see it all the time, man. I see it all the time. Like, dude, and I do not, I have zero hate towards any of those people. I don't care. I think it's actually wonderful. I think it's wonderful that two things. I think it's wonderful that our career and our the chef world is actually coming up, bro. We used to be trapped in the kitchen and now we're celebrities. Now it's amazing. Dog, I went to brunch the other day, Mother's Day brunch, and the food runner noticed me. He's like, "Hey, you look familiar." And I'm like, "Oh shit, goddamn." And and it's funny because I'm like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "You make videos on the internet." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." Because I put Silicon Valley and everything. I put Silicon Valley and everything. So I know that like the algorithm, probably shakes and stirs people that are in this area. Yeah. But it's really, listen, it's all good, man. Anyway, next topic. How was ramen today? Ramen was good? Yeah. 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 How are you going to scale this, bro? You need to start putting a plan together, man. Oh, is that all you're trying to get to? 1,000 bowls? Hmm. Like touching hot stuff? Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. 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 Dude, it's so amazing when you have people that get you and that work with you in tandem. You know what I'm saying? There's this one cook, two cooks that I had when I was at Hotel Bel Air that were absolutely killers in the kitchen. Both female, both young, 19 to 20, 18 to 23 age range. And listen, I got to be honest, I'm the first one to, and I'll tell the story real quick because it's true. And I remember the first day that Cook A started in the kitchen, and I totally stereotyped her. Totally stereotyped. She comes in, fake nails, long eyelashes, dainty. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, I'm like, dude, there's no way she's gonna make it. And boy, was I wrong, dog. She crushed it, bro. Unbelievable, crushed it. Like, dude, she started on garde manger, motherfucking soldier, man. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. She picked it up quick. And obviously after a couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? The fake nails got out of here. She came, she was a freaking thug, man. She was about it. Any new dish I put on or any special I ran, dude, she was so about it. And she did such a good job. Her station was always set up. She was always like on time. Dishes were on point. Her plates were beautiful. No, and then guess what, man? She moved to the next station, next station, next station. She had zero failures. The only failure she had was when she had to, clean the spot prawns. She would freak out because she couldn't wrap her head around it being alive. She felt so bad. Like she just I got a video of her like just absolutely freaking out. And I'm like, listen, yeah, I'm like, hey, look, I hate to say this. Like I'm on Expo and I'm like, hey, fire two spot prawns. She's, yes, chef. Like breathing heavy. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, listen, I know this sucks, but guess what? This is the best way to have spot prawn. You have to kill it in the moment. Make it quick, make it instant. Okay. Okay. Like breathing deep. Like, dude, if I got a video of it too, it's hilarious. But dude, soldier, man. Absolute soldier. To all my chefs out there, listen, give your cooks the opportunity to fuck up. Okay. Seriously, I think this is so true. Like, allow them to do specials. Put your pride aside. Okay, even though your name is on the menu, allow them to do specials. Put it out there. See what the guest thinks. It's not about what you think. It's about what the guest thinks. Obviously, if there's something technique driven that's wrong, then yeah, fix it. But same thing, butchering fish, making sauces, making soups. You need to have the cooks do this. You can't do everything by yourself, and it's very important for their growth and development. And I'm a firm believer of this. You know, yeah, yeah. Mm. You should, yeah, you should eliminate that human problem. You should put it on an induction. You know, yeah, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't even waste time. You need to make it as seamless as possible. And so, like, to have the cook think about that many things is just it's just crazy. You can do it because you're the owner, but you can't expect the same work performance from your cook. You have to remember that, bro. You have to. People don't take that in consideration, man. Yeah, hey. I remember. What's crazy, man? Because it's like now when I think about building a kitchen, it's not for show. It's for efficiency, right? Dude, what's the point of a convection oven? Get the fuck out of here. You know what I want? I want a combi oven. You know why? That bitch is absolutely perfect. Listen, I hate to say it, and I'm gonna say this live too, and I might get in trouble. I'm gonna be honest, Casey. I cooked some barbecue ribs the other day at work in the combi oven, and in the combi. But listen, what people don't realize is, that chamber when it's closed and you have it on combi steam, it becomes almost like a pressure cooker, right? It releases steam, but in reality, it just cooks food faster. Bottom line. But anyway, I digress. Barbecue ribs cooked, 60-40, 60% bake, 40% steam, bro. I don't care what anybody says, my God. Yes. First of all, I get them done in an hour and 30 minutes tops. Okay. I start them off, roasted, not wrapped. 45 minutes, blast them, right? Blast them. 350 degrees, let them go for about, 35 minutes. Then take them out, glaze them in sauce, and then put foil around them, blast them for an hour at like 275, but combination. So you have 60% heat and then 40% water, like steam. And for everybody out there, what I'm talking about is I'm talking about a rational oven. And basically, what it does is it has combination steam and convection. And the oven is just way more advanced than you could ever imagine. And if when I have my dream home, I'm putting a combi in there, bro. I'm fucking waiting, dog. Yes, you know why? You know why, dude? The heat up time is like less than a minute, bro. Dog, you listen. Yeah, listen. You push on. Look, by the time you push on, and then you put the temperature on, and then you can put turbo heat. And dude, you're baking in less than a minute, dude. It's amazing. Like literally, it depends. If you have the big chamber one, then no, you're not. But I wouldn't even waste time. And like, it's crazy because like I don't want to say that on TikTok, but I have to admit, my favorite way to have ribs is not on the smoker. It's actually combi or sous vide, and then broiled. And listen, I'm going to be controversial. I don't like fall off the bone ribs. There, I said it. I don't like fall off the bone ribs, man. I don't, dude. Okay, spare ribs are a little different. The ones closer. The spare ribs are a little different, but baby backs, dude, I like them. I want some bite in them. You know what I'm saying? Because you have more flavor, and two, there's better. It's better texture. It is. It's just a better texture. And so people like if you have yeah, if you have baby back ribs that are fall off the bone, like I'm sorry, that's trash to me. It is, and God, I hope I don't piss anybody off. It's not mush, but the texture of the meat is too dry. It's just too dry when it's fall off the bone. It's dry. When you eat a baby back rib that is like, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm gonna say medium to mid well, and then kind of braised a little bit or let rest for a long time, and then you have to kind of listen. You have to kind of like tug it off the bone, where if you lift up a bone, like it's gonna the rib is gonna come up a little bit, and there'd be resistance, right? That's how I like my ribs, man. I know that sucks to some people, but man, that's just how I love them, man, because I've tasted them all different. I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me. I know a lot of people will agree with me, but like if you're in a barbecue competition, then I think it's different, right? But I don't know. I've never done a barbecue competition. Yeah. Yeah. It's Yeah. Oh, you know what? That brings up a great point. Like if you're using Costco ribs, then yeah, I don't care what the fuck you do with it. But I'm more referring to like a Berkshire rib or like a good quality heritage pig rib. Which I just think is just much better flavor, man. When you try pork chops and or pork that is like not, I don't want to say wild, but it's more heritage style. So the meat is darker and it's not like super bright pink. Dude, there's just so much more flavor in the meat, man. Like, yeah. Oh, Duroc is not bad. That's kind of it's not bad. You can get away with it. Like it's not bad. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you know what's crazy is I know exactly what you're saying, and I'm so glad that you have that high standard because I think that's the missing key in a lot of chefs that are running restaurants where they're like, it's okay, come on, let's go. Like it's important. Like I make sure when I'm talking to vendors, I just make sure they understand. Like, hey, this is important. This is important to me, right? And nine times out of ten they'll understand. But like, I'm like, hey, if you're gonna substitute something, I need to know about it. Like, bro, dude, I remember I ordered Ora King for a party. Okay, and it was so funny. All right, Ora King. Ora King is like the creme de la creme, super fatty salmon, and they come with the tags. I always ask for the head on, gilled and gutted, but head on because it comes with the tag. And they filleted it, and I was pissed because listen, I was pissed. I was like, yo, I don't want it fucking filleted because then you sacrifice. They don't give a shit. Dude, I can't stress enough, man. They'll like pack the fillets 80 pounds deep, and that fillet on the bottom is just absolute mush, right? Anyway, I digress. So I'm going through these fillets and I notice a difference, a clear difference. And I would say 50% is Aura. And then, I'm sorry, 60% is Aura. And then 40% is, they try to slide it by me. I could tell. So yeah, so I called him and I was like, "Hey, listen, I want to ask you a question." I was like, "Don't take offense, but I was like, did you give me 100% all or a king, or did you substitute with another fish?" And he's like, "You know what? Let me ask." And it's funny because he's like, "Hey, chef, I'm sorry. Yes, they did. They ran out of aura. There was no more left, and they substitute with another fish, but it's also from the Faroe Islands." And I remember saying, "Hey, listen, that's okay, but I need to know." I need to know. I need to know if you're going to change something, right? And he's like, well, it's the same price, it's from the same area. And I'm like, no, 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 no. Like, we talked about this last week. And you have to have that clear communication of the expectation, you know what I'm saying? But it was funny because I just remember I'm going through the fish. I'm like, dude, because man, I was so pissed it was filleted, but it's totally fine. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. But do you get fat back? Yeah. Do you get fat back to substitute? Yeah, you get fat back. Yeah. I was gonna say, man, like especially on those boars, man, like dude, that plate of fat is just like, dude, it's amazing, man. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. 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 And I always read. I mean, you're using. I don't know if you do this for your ramen, but with pork belly, I always use. I trim off all the fat parts, and I just use. I make sure in each slice, especially for something like ramen, there's 50% fat, 50% meat, because you don't. Yeah, you just go for it, huh? What do you do? You just go for it. You don't trim off the. Yeah. 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 Dude, isn't it such a labor of love, man? Don't you love doing that? Yeah. 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 It must be. Dude, like I'm not gonna lie, man. I was making this sauce today. It's called Bagna. Like it's an Italian sauce that is basically from the Piedmont. I hope I'm saying that right. Um, Northern Italy, let's just say that. But anyway, it's just really easy. It's garlic, it's anchovies, and it's butter. And you cook it down. It literally translates to warm bath, and it tastes really good with vegetables. But what I did was today I made an elevated version. So I use cultured butter, which has that Parmesan kind of smelly a little bit. And then I also what I did was instead of just leaving the butter like sautéed in the butter, where it looks greasy, I took that, I emulsified it all together, and then I put it in an ISI canister and kept it warm. And then so it looks like almost hollandaise on the plate, same flavors, but I feel that because of that emulsion, I use a little egg yolk and xanthan. Because of that emulsion, when you go to dip the vegetables in it, you get so much more on your freaking vegetable. It's amazing. Oh yeah, So good, man, so good, and I just felt so good about it, and, like, I'm not gonna lie, man, I think I know this is gonna suck, but I think I'm gonna go more towards the higher end cuisine that I've been doing because I've been, like yeah, I've been, like, kind of in this, like, content rut of just kind of, like, doing what I know people would wanna see and what videos will get views and, like, I'm not gonna lie, man, like, making hamburgers and onion rings and shit like that, yeah, it's cool, but it's like, dude, I'm just, like, so much more ta I feel and I know this sounds, like, cocky, but I feel like I'm so much more talented than that, you know? Yeah. Ex ex so okay. So, yeah, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, and I gotta do because I gotta be happy, man. I gotta fucking be happy, man. But, hey, I wanted to ask you, how do you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Now this is gonna this no, I'm talking like a shitty peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm not talking about an elevated version. I'm talking about at your house. Oh, okay. Because 'cause you're not American. That's an American thing. It's an American. Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 boy, yeah. So I made this really shitty version of a PB and J, and I'm kind of scared to post it because it's kind of not it doesn't represent me as a chef. But like as a kid, I used to love PB and J's, man. It's because I'm American, dog. I used to live off PB and J's. But here's the thing: you got to grab the shittiest white bread. Okay, it's got to be grape jelly. Strawberry is in the running, but I'm telling you, if you want a traditional American one, grape jelly, bro. Okay, and then I'm not gonna lie, it's always the big debate: Jif or Skippy. You know what I'm saying? I'm Team Jif, dog. I'm Team Jif all the way. Now, here's the thing. Here we go. When I was younger, I didn't like crunchy peanut butter. I like creamy. But now that I'm older, I like crunchy peanut butter. Yeah, yeah. And now, and yeah, and now I got to be honest. If you toast bread for a PB and J, I'm coming for you. Look at it, crunchy peanut butter all the way. Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts, dude. Facts. But oh, Uncrustables. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like those. Yeah, I like them in the air fryer, man. They taste really good. But I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna post this video. I think it's gonna do perform well. But then I want to make like a really fancy version of a peanut butter and jelly, like use like homemade brioche bread. I'll make the jam. But instead of making jam, maybe I make like what? Brie, no, 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 brioche for sure. Brioche, or I'll make a shitty white bread. Pan de mie or something. Yeah, pan de mie is really good. It's really easy to make too. Yeah. I love sourdough. Dude, I love it's so funny. It's so funny you say that because like, dude, I have issues now. Anytime I taste bread and it doesn't have that sour note, I'm like, man, this could be so much better. This could be so much better. Look, hey, Casey, you know how to make sourdough too, right? Yeah, yeah, for sure. Right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because I'm sure you can agree is like, savory chefs don't really dabble in pastry or baking. We just don't, you know? And I got to be honest, I'm so glad I put my pride aside and learned how to bake and I learned pastry because, dude, it's helped me out so much in my career. Three, but yeah, yeah, you're like, yeah, you're like, I like to eat pastry. But here's the thing I remember vividly at Spago, Las Vegas, and one of the pastry sous chefs had a freaking emergency problem and she was working the station that night and there was nobody. It was just her. And yeah, bro, and it was bad. And I was like, fuck. I was like, yo, any guys know how to do pastry? Nobody. And I'm like, okay, this is gonna be me. And then it's fuck yeah. But you know what? You know what the thing is? It's like what you gotta remember is pastry is easy, man. Everything's already prepared. You just need to plate it. And thankfully, dog, I know how to quenelle. I know what a souffle is supposed to look like. Like if you like, I know when a cookie's going to be ready. You know what I'm saying? I know the difference between the different ice creams. I know how to plate pastry. Like, and I felt so confident over there because I had the basic knowledge, not only from culinary school, but from working pastry at Alinea. Like, I had that basic knowledge of, and I think I think that separated me for everybody was looking at me, waiting for me to go down. And it was so funny because man, I reigned supreme, dog. It felt like Iron Chef over there, bro. Iron Chef, we need bread. And I'm like, okay, I got you. And it's like it's already par baked, right? It's 80%. So they just flash it 20% of this way. But like I already know how to work a deck of it. You know what I'm saying? I know how to score bread too. Like, and I think this is really important to all my chefs coming up. Like, I will be honest. If you are in a restaurant, if you're an executive chef in a restaurant, but you also have an executive pastry chef, this is awesome. This is a great team. But guess what? You can also increase your salary by a large amount if you take care of the pastry program and you set it up like a garmager station and you own the pastries, right? So if you orchestrate the pastries, you can do some elevated shit. So you got to pick and choose your battles, man. And I got to be honest, man. I have made some major moves by knowing pastry. You know, especially with yeah, 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 yeah. That's okay. You should, but you know what? You know what? You know what? The thing is if you love doing ramen, you should go all in, bro. And you know what you should really do? You should really set aside about like $2,000 to $5,000, and you should go to New York City and eat all the ramen you can possible. You should go to San Francisco, eat all the ramen you can possible. You should go to Los Angeles, eat all the dog in Los Angeles, man. I cannot tell you. I used to be addicted to ramen, man. You go to Japantown, you go to Japantown, and there is fucking 6 or 7 ramen shops lined up, dog, and they all are 5 star and above, dude. One has. It depends on what you want, dude. That's what I'm trying to tell. That's why I try to tell people, like, you can't just say, "Hey, where's the best ramen?" No, bitch, you can't say that to me. You don't say that to me, okay? You say, "Hey, I'm looking for, yo." Yeah, no, because it's like, okay, so but here's the thing: you specialize in tonkatsu broth, right? Not miso, not udon noodle. Like this is very important. Like I try to tell people, man, like it depends on what you're looking for, man. And I think that's the same thing. It goes for tacos as well. Like don't say, hey, where's the best tacos? No, bro, don't tell me that. Are you looking for homemade tortillas? Yeah. Are you looking for the meats? Are you looking for, it depends on what you're looking for, man. Like it's like, dude, I'm telling you, man. Um, but that's funny though. But I think you should just focus on that. Don't worry about the pastry. You know what I'm about to start doing? You know what I'm about to start doing? I want to start. What I really suck at is alcoholic beverages. I don't. Yeah, I don't drink. I don't drink at all. I don't drink wine. I don't do mixed drinks. So what I wanted to focus on was non-alcoholic, chef-driven cocktails. Right. I think if you just hey, this is going to be a series. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go down the rabbit hole. I'm going to order the stuff. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to use the Aviary cookbook. Aviary. Oh shit. Avery. Sorry, cookbook. The Avery cookbook by with Chef Hackett's. I truly believe in that style of the mixed drinks that they have, and there's a couple other places that do it very well, but I really want to dabble in that because Casey, I got to be honest, wine is like just grape juice to me, bro. I have no like I don't know if you can see it, but I was gifted a. Let me see if you can see. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it by my neck. But I have a 20-year-old Pappy Van Winkle, and yeah, it's a really good bottle. It was given to me. It was gifted to me by somebody who's very wealthy, and I didn't want to say no. That hey, man, I don't drink because it's not something you do. But now it just sits here. Yeah, 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 yeah. I would even argue, like, you know what you should do? You should put a couple, like add a couple a la carte things to your menu to see what people makes people pop off, like some, dude, there's, yeah, yeah. That's okay. That's okay, dude. It's totally fine, bro. You're in America. You can do whatever you want, man. But I think it's great. I think you need to start scaling though. If you what's your total no, you dude, you know what? Like I hate to say this, man, but you need to figure out how you can open up other days, you know? Yeah, no. No, I'm talking about like you need to be able to work your job and then do this separately, but like manage it. If you have a person to manage it, it's definitely doable, man. Because I'm sure you want to do more things, unless you like being strapped to the stove. It's up to you. Like I'm not being an asshole either. Like some people, some chefs like that shit, dude. They like being, strapped to the stove, Superman. Hmm. Yeah, I feel you on that. Yep. Yeah. 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 That's not that, and but it's not going to be that hard. I think you should just get the foundation set up and like you're good, man. You're good that you sell 40 bowls a week. But what if you opened up 4 days a week, right? 4 or 5 days a week, and you had a cook in your brick and mortar, and you sold, and you were open for lunch and dinner, or maybe just early lunch, and you could sell, 100 bowls a day, right? Now you're talking. I mean, 100 bowls a day. Think about that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Dude, if you open, so that's what I'm trying, dude. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. You over here tripping, bro. You're talking about, dude. I'm telling, and how much did you pay him? How much did you pay him, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah. What do you need him? You need him for like 3 or 4 hours, dog. That's great money. Yeah. Like, I mean, honestly, he would do it for you for free, but I think it's worth it. Say, throw him a hundo. Hey, if you want quick cash, come help me, dude. I'm telling you, you're not trying to sit here plate up a 4 course tasting here. Look, think about this. If you sold, so how many bowls do you sell in one shift on average? Okay, okay, and that's from 12 to 8 or what? 12 to 6. Fuck, god damn. You could, bro. Okay, all right. Hear me out here, bro. Listen to this. If you sell, let's just say you sell 60 bowls from 12 to 4, and if you opened up until 8 or 9, I'm telling you, you could double that, right? So times two, so 120 bowls a day. Okay, times 5 days a week. That's 600 bowls. Now, how much do you sell each bowl for? Okay, times 18. Dude, now you're making money. Okay. Now you're making money, Casey. Okay. So now what I highly recommend is don't have everything come, or don't have all your revenue come from just the ramen bowls. You need to have soda and things that are grab and go, right? Soda, dessert, mochi, like I don't know. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And here's the thing. You only need 1 to 2 people. I guarantee you only need 1 to 2 people to do that. Seriously. I feel like if you pay them, let's see here. So 10, okay, 10,800 a week. That's just an average. That's just the ramen bowls, right? So yeah. So let's say, to be able to produce that much. Let's see here. Let's see here. Times. We'll say food cost is 30%. All right. So your food cost is $3,200, right, sir? Casey, I don't. Casey, I'm telling you right now, I should kick you in the fucking dick, my guy. You are going to be that business owner that is fucking 70 years old, making the ramen himself. Okay. Okay. So what was that? So we'll say 11,000 even, okay? And everybody take note cuz this is important. We'll say 11,000 even, right? With drinks and everything. A week. Okay? Times 21%. Okay? So that means you only your food cost is amazing. Anybody, okay, everybody listening, anything under 25%, you're in a green light area. Listen, you could that means you could pay the employees more, right? So let's say a full shift you give them 150. So 150 times 2, right? All right. That's 300 bucks times 5 days a week. That's 1,500 bucks. Dude, you should like I should mic mic drop this shit. Mic drop this shit. Dude, you're like Casey, I hate to say this. I hate to say this. You don't have to pay fucking rent. Like, so you add rent on top of that. So you need to be really strategic with how much you're paying for rent. But I would guarantee that if you have a kind of it's all about the space. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if I were in your situation, I would do a ghost kitchen type of setup, and just have it. Like, listen, like I'm not gonna lie, people are very receptive to having like, going to like a hole in the wall place to go eat ramen, like, and it's exclusive, And as long as the employees are like, they look clean and pressed and like, nice, dude. You have 10 seats or whatever, dude. You got this, bro. You already have you. But can I tell you something? Can I tell you something? The hard part is over. Dude, but here's the thing. Take your time. Take your time, bro. Nobody's rushing, right? Dude, we're if you want to do 40 perfect bowls a week and then call it a day, that's totally fine. But just know that this is definitely scalable. This for sure is scalable, especially you only have one thing. And honestly, I would argue, Casey, that I think it might be worth it to do a food truck first. I think I I think Yeah. Well. Here's the thing. What I would look at is what the rules and regulations are in that area, and what other food trucks are available. Like, what do they do? Like, what are they doing? And do you have food trucks in Jersey? Yeah, hell yeah, right. How far away is that from you? Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what you need to. Yeah, yeah. I would. Did you make any progress with that investor, that one investor, or no? You don't have to talk about it on air. I'm just saying. Got it. Okay. Yeah, because I think that's a good outlet. You just need that cash infusion, to take things up. But obviously, you got a cushy job right now, though. So you gotta take that into consideration. You know. Yeah, I just think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But sometimes overthinking is, you paralyze yourself. Yeah, yeah. And it's like, listen, how old are you now? How old are you now? Okay, great. So we're the same age, and like, I have the same mindset. Like, dude, I got 10 more years. I could just crush, right? 10 more years. I'm gonna like I'm really putting a plan together. I want to be financially free. There's so many things I want to accomplish, and I'm like, okay, we're going to start with this. You know what I'm saying? You need to think the same way. Like, if you can ride out your current job, and it works, like, dude, just do it. Just do that until you build up a game plan. There's also the option of making a franchise model, right? Like, you know, getting the book. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Mm, yeah. Yeah. I would. Yeah. That's. Yeah. Yeah. Take some time. It takes some time, man. It takes time, doing this. But like, I think that'd be dope, man. Dope. Dope. Yeah, I know, man. But listen, he borrowed so much. Like he started out. Like look at his beginnings. You know his beginnings, and it's so true. Like his back was against the wall. He had no option. Like he even says it all the time. Like man, I was just so upset when I worked at Cafe Balud. How much better these cooks were than me. But look who reigns supreme. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he says it all the time. He's like, dude, I am not a good chef. Like, I am not like, he says on his podcast, when he's cooking for people at home, they expect like this meal that is just, like a chef driven meal. And sometimes, and he's right, man. Sometimes dude, when I'm at home, I take shortcuts straight away. Like, if I'm filming something, I would not do it like I do in the restaurant. I film straight for the scene. And I even plugged today, I plugged, the chicken broth that I use, which honestly, I made a fresh batch, but like my wife is starting to drink bone broth, right? So, dude, I don't have time to make chicken stock every fucking week, dude. And I got to be honest, it's, $15 for the chicken, right? Because she wants organic chicken. Okay. Then you got to buy the vegetables. Then you got to chop them. Then you got to, do it right. Like that's how I do it as a chef. And if I was in a restaurant, it'd be different. But when I'm at home, dog, Kettle and Fire, shout out. Their chicken broth is really good. It's better than, and if anybody's listening, don't like buy chicken stock, or you want to, like when you go to the grocery store, you want to buy like chicken bouillon or chicken broth. And I highly recommend Kettle and Fire. They have the best. It tastes the best. I literally did a lineup. They reached out to me a couple weeks ago, and I, at first didn't take into consideration. I was like, you know what, this might be a good idea. And then I tasted it, and I was like, wow, this is actually good. It's way better than Swanson. It's way better than this. It's really good, man. And plus with, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I actually, yeah, it's funny because I actually like better than bouillon. Sometimes, like I don't use it in the restaurant. I don't use it in a restaurant, but at home, I think it works good in extra flavor for your chicken stock or your broth. Yeah, works out really good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Here's my culinary diploma, and I am a chef. Yeah, and it's not their fault because they say that in culinary school, man. When I was in culinary school, they told me the same thing. Oh, you're a chef now. You have your graduate. You're having like I'm like what? Ain't no fucking way. I remember going to work that day when I graduated. I was like, hey, they told me I'm a chef now. Is that true? No. Crazy. Hmm.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Now, now get over there and clean them fucking potatoes. Funny. All right, and we out.